in the Attempto Audi with its new American football livery for the weekend. That was also involved in that. That's Eng's car in the background being battered left, right and centre, and there from that angle you can see smoke and dust everywhere, bits of bodywork flying off. Here's Marco Wittmann going in the foreground around the outside, Sheldon van der Linde around the outside to avoid the carnage. Damage to the front left of Rolf Finishing, and got then a second hit from Marius Sugg, who was just trying to avoid him really, and then Michael Grenier hit the back of him as well. So he got two hits there, and they were just trying to avoid each other, but it was little time, little room to react to all of that. Schumacher actually got through all of that and ended up behind Sheldon van der Linde in the number 27 Mercedes. So he got himself up to 7th place. It's Eng that got completely sideways just behind. And there, that was the second impact. Marius Sugg was just trying to avoid the Lamborghini, but he just couldn't find a way through. And that's where the massive hit happened. Well, that was not the end of it, because we had then this huge drama later on in the lap. And while that was going on, Lucas Auer trying to stay on the track. Marco Wittmann failing to do so, but going around the outside of him. There's another replay from different angle. There you can see the front left is broken or off in Eichen's car. He's no control over that car. Marius Sugg spears into him, trying to avoid him on the grass, and then Michael Grenier's Mercedes whacks into the back of the already broken Lamborghini. And then look, there is the big incident. It was between Schumacher and Preining. Cars at a huge high speed there, destroyed. The fireball actually came from the Porsche of Dennis Olsen as it. Secondary to that was trying to avoid the incident, hit the inside of the barrier coming through into turns 8. And Ricardo Feller into Olsen. So actually there was two separate incidents there. All happened at exactly the same time, but Ricardo Feller clipped the back of Dennis Olsen as just in front of him, this massive shunt between Preining and Schumacher. And then Maxi Boot got tangled up in that as well, Nick Cassidy as well, but bits of Porsche absolutely everywhere. And again, credit to the design and the strength of these cars and the safety of these cars that the drivers have been able to get out of that, because that was an horrendous looking crash. Or crash is. And then the fireball as the engine and the fuel tank took the impact on Dennis Olsen's Porsche. Michael Grenier and Maro Engel watching the replays of that. Here's a replay. Oh, Nick Cassidy there took a hit from Dennis Olsen as he hit the barriers and then came back into the Ferrari.
I think.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
One engine hit me in the door. One engine hit me in the door.
Yeah, one engine on the floor.
Are you okay? No, my hand is fucked.
Oh, apologies for the language there, but you can understand it given the severity of that incident. So Schumacher trying to come around Preining. Preining then, from his point of view there, into the concrete wall, and then got a second hit as the car speared onto the circuit from Ricardo Feller, who'd already been involved in the incident with Olsen just behind as well. Two didn't fit into one. And you see Preining there took his hands off the wheel to avoid, when the wheel spins around like that, when it hits the wall or a barrier, it just spins around and around and around. That's when you can break your thumbs. So the drivers are trained to release the steering wheel straight away as soon as they know they're heading for the wall. And he was a passenger from there on in. Absolutely huge shunt that. Or shunts. And there, the fireball coming from Dennis Olsen's car. And Dennis Olsen's engine, as it ends up completely separate from the car on the track. So it wasn't Preining's engine, but it was a Porsche engine.